Alright, today's video we're going to be changing out the BMW fuse block here. Distribution box with fuse. Apologies for the road noise, I might need to re-record this over, but one with 50mm lens. So, power distribution box with fuse, it's the piece that goes on top of the battery. So this part number is a new part number, it was made in 2023. Part number is right here. Right from BMW, 61146971-370. This is the latest superseded part number. The part number in this car, which is a 2007 E90 328xi. This car was made in September of 2006. It's a 2007 model year. It's an N52 car. Standard shift with X-Drive. There's the 328xi. So the reason why I'm changing this is because they changed the design for this part, and the one that's in this car when I changed the battery is actually broken right in here, and I'll show you how. So anyone who hasn't actually changed the battery in here, here's the where the battery lives under the owner's manual in the trunk. So all you got to do is turn this 90 degrees and this whole thing kind of pops out. Doing this one-handed. So here's your battery. Here's the fuse block in question. So this part number of the old one is actually 6114-6942912. This one was superseded. Now, I happen to have a 135i sitting next to me here that I also own. 135i. This one was built in November of 2008. This is a 2009 model year. N54 car, also with a 6-speed rear drive, because I only made rear drives for the 1 Series. Battery lives in the center. Now this is another part number yet again, so it's also 6114-6942912, and that -08 isn't even actually in the part number. So this is a part number yet again. Now the design of this, if I flip this open, is actually, I think it's a third design. Let me get the other one and compare it. Yeah, so I've got 3 different design parts here. So you can see this metal part where that goes over that stud of the main battery lug, which actually screws to the battery right there. This metal piece, which this has fuses in it right here, and clips over. The metal piece in here actually continues all the way through, but it is also flat, this whole piece. This one, as you can see, the metal's actually cut off right after the stud, right there. But it is also still flat. So there's 2 different designs here, and there's a third design. Third design on this one. If I pop this up, this is the early one. It's going to be kind of difficult to see. So there's actually a ridge all along right through here where the metal is actually bent up from the factory. I'm gonna have to get a light. I might have to pull it out and show you, but this is bent all the way through there, as opposed to this one that's flat. Of course, it probably won't focus, so I'll have to take it out. So, in order to get this one out, bolt here, bolt right there for the strap that goes over the battery. Definitely would recommend undoing the negative post for doing any work back here. And I'll undo these and come back. Undoing the fasteners for the retention bar. This doesn't actually touch the battery when it's there. It's simply there to prevent the battery from coming out and flying around if you get into a wreck. I'm going to cover that. Remove this without touching the battery post. And undo the negative post. It's right here. Loosen that. Pull that off. So now we're safer. This lead and this lead can be undone by just pressing the tab down. Pull it out just like that. This isn't going to focus, but there's a little tab there. Pull that out of the way. Same with this one. Same type of connector. Push that one out of the way. Now under this, there's a cable here that's attached on a stud. Here, last I checked, this is a 13 millimeter, 10 millimeter for all the other screws for the retention bar and the actual battery posts. That was over tightened. Small nut. Cable can come off. It's out of the way. Don't make sure not to touch it to negative post in the battery. That one out of the way. This can stay up here. So now there's the actual positive post. Or actually, I don't need to take that off. Simply undo this this cap here. Unveil another 13 millimeter, which is this is the issue in question. Undo this one. Got a 13 millimeter nut. Now, this piece is actually free now. I'm not going to remove it off the post here. So, let's see if I can this to focus here. So this is actually clipped onto the side of the battery with the post right here. So this needs to move out of the way like that. Well, they give you a slot right down in here where you can stick a flat-bladed screwdriver and simply just kick that out like that, and this will come right off. It's the same thing on both sides of the battery, so I need to go grab a screwdriver and pop this cap off. I'll be right back. Alright, so we'll see how the screwdriver moves in. If I can get this to focus here. So essentially you can come down like this, the flat blade, right into this tab here, and move that up like that, and that releases it from the battery case.
I want to mention here that the reason I'm struggling so much is because the battery fuse block is pushed down way too far onto the actual battery housing from when it got installed last, so that's why you want those metal spring bars to be more or less level, not pushed down so much like they were there. Otherwise you're going to struggle like I did to actually remove it. I'll show how it should be later in the video.
Like so. Kind of just wrestled out of there. So I wanted to bring attention to the actual failure point of this. I think I can pry this open because it's junk anyway. Nobody's going to use this. Okay. In case you haven't seen inside this, there's your fuses. Those couple circuits there. Top cover. What broke? See the design on this? See how that's all broken through here? And how this edge here is actually rolled. It's actually rolled down. It's manufactured that way. Well, let's see what happens. The tab breaks off, so on the new design, this whole piece is flat, so it eliminates that stress riser right there. The other thing to keep in mind is it's got a big yellow sticker on it right here, which says 15 Newton meter, which you should probably follow to torque both this stud as well as this integrated stud right in here. Which 15 Newton meters on this is fairly tight, but not super tight. So, without further ado, we'll wrestle this in here. It's a lot easier going in than out. You do want to make sure that it's seated all the way down. Yep, so that's all it takes. As long as it's not coming off and your metal clips are seated. It does have a little bit of room, but this stud from the main post here lines up perfectly. So, thread this down. This is the issue on the other one. I have a torque wrench here, preset, 15 Newton meters. That's it. That's all it needs. You're torqued. Close that little door. Come around here. Set the battery away here. Same torque specs for both. Cover down. Blue connector goes to blue dot, same as the old one. So, put that in. That one over here goes in the first one. Put that one in. In there. This is supposed to push in over here, but the clip has lost its integrity. So now you can connect the negative lead back up. And you're done. You're going to want to have this pretty tight as well, but you don't want to go so tight where you stick the screw on it. And also make sure it's seated on the post all the way down. Alright, all set.